As you'll see, we'll be placing pinwheels here in front of the office building, and it's to commemorate and to remind people of child abuse that continues to happen here in Chautauqua County and throughout the nation. You know, last year we had a tragic several weeks here in Chautauqua County where we lost young children to acts of violence. So we need to take time and remember those who we lost and those who are continuing this struggle each and every day. We can't say enough to the men and women who work to put these people and hold them accountable. Our family court judges who do a tremendous job of making sure that victims are taken care of and that the right treatment and the right processes are in place. So real quick from my office, I have a proclamation. Office of County Executive, Chautauqua County, New York. Whereas at least 1 in 7 children have experienced child abuse or neglect in the past year in the United States. And whereas in fiscal year 2021, an estimated 600,000 children across the United States were found to be victims of child abuse. And whereas the neglect, physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, trafficking of children have no place in our communities, and these serious problems can have a long-term psychological, emotional, or physical effect on these young victims who are unable to defend themselves. And whereas we must support the healthy development of our children by surrounding them with a loving and supportive environment that promotes their social, emotional, and developmental well-being so our children can grow into caring and successful adults in our communities. And whereas effective child abuse prevention programming succeeds because of the meaningful partnerships created among child welfare, education, health, community, and faith-based organizations, businesses, and law enforcement agencies. And whereas we acknowledge that we must work together as a community to increase awareness about child abuse and neglect and to promote programs and activities that benefit the social, emotional well-being of our children and the families in a very safe, stable, and nurturing environment. And whereas court-appointed special advocates of the Child Chautauqua County Incorporated has teamed up with government and community partners to participate in the Pinwheels for Prevention campaign, which raises awareness about childhood prevention and about each child's entitlement to a great childhood. Now, therefore, I, Paul M. Wendell Jr., Chautauqua County Executive, do hereby proclaim the month of April 2025 as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Chautauqua County, and I urge all citizens to recognize this month by dedicating themselves to the important task of improving the quality of life for all children and families. In witness whereof, I've hereto set my hand and caused the seal of the great county of Chautauqua to be affixed this 7th day of April 2025, signed by myself, Paul M. Wendell Jr., County Executive. I can't say enough about the people gathered here. They are the ones who fight constantly for our children. This is never something they have to be reminded about. This is something they deal with every day. So thank you so much for everyone here. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Sheridan Randall from the Child Advocacy Center.
Thank you so much. A little bit. Okay, I'm a little bit shorter than you are, by a lot. My name is Sheridan Randall. I'm the Safe Harbor Coordinator for Chautauqua County. Safe Harbor is housed within the Child Advocacy Program. Safe Harbor is New York State's anti-human trafficking program. And it's a pleasure to be here again to speak to the community about this important topic. Human trafficking is a form of child abuse that does occur in our community. The more we speak about forms of abuse, the more we can assist children and reduce their risk. The proof of how important raising awareness can be seen in the statistics. In 2023, Safe Harbor received 63 referrals. In 2024, it increased to 104. The more training professionals receive, the more awareness and education the community receives, the better chances we have to spot the warning signs and red flags to be able to connect youth with programs and assistance. Each April, Child Abuse Prevention Month reminds us of a fundamental truth. When we prioritize building support, connected communities with strengthening their families, we're working towards a future where all children and families can live purposefully and happy lives with hope for the future. The campaign theme for this year, 2025, is Powered by Hope, Strengthened by Prevention. This theme reflects our shared commitment to ensure all families have access to resources and the support that they need when they need it. Celebrating the power of hope to strengthen families and communities. Stronger families create healthier communities. Support and empowerment are key to making that vision a reality. When we're planting the pinwheels, we're planting hope. Every April, communities across the country come together to shine a light on the importance of preventing child abuse and neglect. One of the most recognizable symbols of this movement is that blue pinwheel, a bright, hopeful reminder of what every child deserves: a happy, safe, and healthy childhood. And there are things that the community can do to get involved, and I'll keep it very brief, but these are small steps we all can take. Get informed. 1 in 10 children will experience sexual abuse before they turn 18. Educating yourselves and others is taking the first step in preventing abuse. Recognizing the signs, going to reputable sources to finding signs on what child abuse looks like, and taking action to making a report if you see it. Advocate for family-centered policies like paid leave, affordable child care, and financial stability. Raise awareness of what child abuse is and preventative measures and actions. Focus on community-based solutions. Partner with youth-serving programs or family support initiatives. Help support organizations that connect families with resources. Build connections with your neighbors and offer to lend a hand. Small acts of kindness can make a big difference. If you suspect abuse, make a call. Child abuse prevention is a shared responsibility of all of us in the community. Small actions can make a difference. Whether you're planning pinwheels, sharing resources, supporting the local prevention efforts, you're helping to create a community where children feel safe, supported, and empowered to thrive. Together, we can create a community where our families are connected and supported. And now I'm going to toss this over to Family Court Judges Honorable Mike Sullivan and Pete Johnson. Thank you, guys.
Me first, huh? Well, let me echo the words that have been said. There's so much that individuals can do, keeping an eye out for things that are wrong. If you sense something's not right, and we all know if we see a package that we can't identify, we would call and report it. If there's something you see that isn't looking right with a child, don't take it upon yourself to figure out what's happening. There are agencies that will help. There are people that will help. And don't ever feel you're causing problem for that child by stepping up. You may be the only one that's out there to do that and give them that chance to correct what's been wrong in their lives. So if you see something, report it.
So this is my first time having this kind of a talk as judge, but I've been a part of these ceremonies for a number of years in my past role. And more than in the past, this time around, being having the privilege of sitting as judge, I see how fortunate we are in Chautauqua County to have all the groups that we have around issues like child abuse prevention. We have a CASA, which I didn't realize how rare that was in New York State, that we have a successful operating CASA that is so critical to what we do as judges. We have a CAP. We have a child advocacy program, which, again, shouldn't be taken for granted. A lot of places don't have any functioning service like that, and all the work that they do. We have probation that also is involved, boots on the ground in working through these different issues. We have a DA's office that has been responsive. PJ Wendell mentioned all these partnerships, and the fact that all these groups are able to coexist and work together towards positive outcomes, I think we should be very proud of here in Chautauqua County because it's unique. In this time where we recognize Child Abuse Prevention Month, I think it's also worth taking stock and being thankful for what we have here. Thanks. I don't know who I turn it over to next.
On to Kathy.
It's on to me. So I am also short. So I am here to wrap this up today, but I would like to say a few things. Each and every one of you that come out in our community, Department of Social Services, they have hard jobs. People that work in the courts, hard jobs. But we could not do all of this if we all didn't stand together. We are so fortunate in this county. We are so rich to have the resources that we do, and working together to be able to pull it all together for the sakes of our families so that they can hopefully get it together enough to give their child a healthy future. Without that, you know what? They are our future. And it's important that we all come together. Everybody has a role to play, and each and every one of you here plays that role. So I can't thank you enough. And with that being said, that wraps up Pinwheels for Prevention up in the Mayville area again. So thank you very much. Now this year they have asked us just to plant the pinwheels down between the two stairs. So if you can just plant them there, that would be wonderful. So thank you again, everyone, for coming and all that you do in this community for the sake of our children.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah.
I was like waiting to fall on that thing. I'm like, I don't know how old this is. There we go. There's like something in the back.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I've heard some, but
so,
I
like, me crouching down in a weird way.
Yep.
Okay. It's not really going in very well. Got it.
Yes.